Into a deadly shooting continues. Why police are still trying to figure out if the person accused of pulling the trigger will face any charges.
A young man on trial for murder, but he could be moments away from learning his fate.
And Hurricane Ian is making landfall for the second time now in South Carolina. We've got an update coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. The news at noon starts right now.
New at noon, a construction crew getting to work on building a gate in Uvalde. However, this is not one of the schools. This is at the Uvalde Consolidated School District office.
Brett Cross posted this video on Twitter today. He was Uzziah Garcia's guardian. Uzziah is one of the children killed in the Robb Elementary School shooting. For 3 days, Cross and other parents have been protesting outside of the district's central office. Their protest to demand that the district suspend the school police officers who stood in the hallway for 77 minutes during May's deadly shooting at Robb Elementary. Yesterday, Cross was able to have a one-on-one conversation with the superintendent, Hal Harrell, and it was face-to-face, and Cross live-streamed it on Twitter. Investigators deciding what to do next in a case involving a store clerk who shot and killed a suspected robber. It happened at a Circle K store on San Pedro Avenue near Isom Road. Katrina Weber tells us why the man who died likely was caught by surprise, and not in a good way.
Before she could open the doors to the Circle K store, this worker had to unwrap the parking lot. She found it still circled in crime scene tape from the violent run-in her coworker had last night. San Antonio police say a man, at first pretending to be a customer, walked into the business in the 9600 block of San Pedro Avenue after 9:30 last night. But things quickly changed. They say the 54-year-old suspect was armed with a gun and had robbery on his mind. It appears the clerk on duty was ready for trouble. Based on what police say, this may be something that suspect never saw coming. They say he pulled out and pointed a gun at the clerk, perhaps not realizing the clerk had one too. The Circle K worker called police to the store a few minutes later, saying he had shot the suspect. After he was hit once, police say the would-be robber dropped his gun, then tried to pick it up. They say that's when the clerk shot him a second time. He died before paramedics could take him to a hospital. Investigators took the clerk aside and questioned him. Once they complete their work, they will decide where the shooting case goes from here. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News. Eyewitnesses leading police to a woman accused in a deadly crash on the southeast side this morning. Police say the victim was working on a broken down vehicle on the side of the road at 410 and I-37, and that's when the driver hit him. And officers say that driver kept on going, but apparently was noticed. The eyewitnesses were able to give police enough information that they were able to find the suspect. Officers took her into custody. She'll be charged with failure to stop and render aid, resulting in death. And you are about to look at some pretty incredible video. Search and rescue efforts continue in the wake of Hurricane Ian. This is video from the Coast Guard as they work to help people stranded in Sanibel, Florida. In this clip, they're rescuing 2 people and 3 cats who were stuck in high water days after that storm made landfall. So far, 21 people are confirmed dead, but that number could rise. And that storm was once again upgraded from a tropical storm to a hurricane as it sets its sights on the Carolinas. But as ABC's Justin Finch reports, people in Southwest Florida have a long recovery road ahead.
Ian is zeroing in on the Carolinas today, bringing its wrath to even more people. The governor of South Carolina issuing a state of emergency. The monster storm making history as one of the top 10 strongest on record in the United States after making landfall in Florida Wednesday. In Southwest Florida, desperate search and rescue missions still underway.
In addition to the rescues yesterday, rescue personnel have gone to more than 3,000 homes in the hardest hit areas, going door to door to check on the occupants of those residences. There are over 1,000 dedicated rescue personnel who are going up and down the coastline.
Cajun Navy's here for you!
This woman and her mother stranded for 24 hours, standing on top of this car as water levels rose.
Scared to death. I thought I was gonna die right there. And the car was like wiggling while we're both holding on and holding the dog in the middle.
Ian destroying homes and swallowing entire neighborhoods in record-breaking storm surge.
I'm homeless and scared.
Boats floating through a neighborhood.
Those 4 boats.
1,000 FEMA personnel deployed, supplying millions of liters of water, meals, and hundreds of generators. About 2 million people still without power. As search and rescue efforts resume, Florida's governor cautioning that the human toll will rise as teams are able to expand their efforts. Justin Finch, ABC News, St. Petersburg.
And if you're alarmed by those pictures and you're looking for a way to help out, we will be hosting another phone bank on Monday in partnership with the American Red Cross to raise money for hurricane relief efforts in Florida. Phone lines are going to be open from noon to 7 on Monday, and we'll release that phone number to call in on that day. You may remember we held a phone bank this past Monday for the people of Puerto Rico after Hurricane Fiona ripped through that island. The final total from that event, $14,045. We want to thank everyone who donated. Also, today is your last chance to take part in our KSAT community food donation drive. It's at any participating Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union location. The San Antonio Food Bank and RBFCU have been partnered up to collect non-perishable food items for Hunger Action Month. You can scan the QR code on your screen to see a list of participating locations. In that web article, you'll see a list of the 12 most wanted food items this month. Some of the items are peanut butter, cereal, rice, and canned soups. The food drive ends today at 5 p.m.
The first and only debate between Republican Governor Greg Abbott and Democratic candidate Beto O'Rourke set for tonight in Edinburgh at UT Rio Grande Valley. During tonight's debate, you're going to see and hear from our own Steve Spriester. He is one of the panelists asking questions this evening. It'll air live on KSAT at 7 p.m. We're also holding a virtual watch party for our KSAT insiders. Tim Gerber and Myra Arthur will be chatting with you online, giving you context about the topics that come up during the debate. And a reminder, Election Day is November 8th.
A murder case that we've been following for a week in San Antonio in its final moments before a verdict could be reached. That jury deliberating, they've been at it for about 45 minutes this morning in the case against Jaron Garcia. He is accused of fatally shooting his stepfather, Mark Ramos, last year. His lawyers maintain that the entire trial, this was self-defense and that he was simply forced to step up for his mother, who had a history of being abused by Ramos. But prosecutors argued that on the night of the shooting, Ramos did not have a weapon on him. Ramos was shot 6 times inside and outside that home. If found guilty, Garcia is facing up to life in prison. And you can stay with KSAT.com. We're going to have the latest on the case if a verdict is reached.
Still coming up this half hour, the J Mustangs had a one-man stampede last night against Sotomayor High School. How far that Mustang ran, coming up in sports.
Local students learning ways to honor their heritage while they express themselves as well. How a school's club is helping them do it. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and local students are embracing their culture through a new club at school.
Tiffany Huertas takes us to KIP Aspire Academy, where students, part of a Latina club, are expressing themselves and learning about their family's background.
This is a great group.
Mia Martinez is making friends and learning about different cultures at a new club at school.
Something that made me want to join this club was just knowing that I would be able to learn about my heritage.
Mia is a member of the Proud Latinas, a club at KIP Aspire Academy where Latina students celebrate their culture and discuss topics impacting the Latino community. ESL coordinator Fiorella Faccini helped create this club.
We wanted just to create a safe space for the girls to where they can feel empowered as Latina.
Last school year, they had different activities.
We created for Hispanic Heritage Month posters from different Hispanic famous people and then from different countries, and then we also did an altar here at school, and we also celebrated Mexico independence with the mariachi, so we welcomed everybody in the morning with mariachis.
This fall, students are excited about a new project.
And I think that it just brings us all together. It helps us learn about more of our loved ones that have passed away, and we just get to know each other more.
The Proud Latinas will be creating an altar made by the students, and it will be displayed at Muertos Fest at Hemisphere.
And we've seen a lot of changes in different girls, like their self-esteem has gone up, their sense of leadership. Like we've seen girls that thought they couldn't be leaders of different projects that we have.
I think everybody should be learning about, and something that should be a part of every school.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Great
Outside with
program.
live. Oh yeah, sorry. Outside with live cam. Ooh, great looking day too.
Yeah.
Look at that, 79. We're not even to 80 degrees yet.
Oh, but grass is dying again, David. I can't get excited about this weather.
Yeah, that's the one problem, right? It is beautiful. We just need some rain. There is not much, if any, in the forecast. We are tracking the latest on Ian. It is making landfall again on the South Carolina coast. We did not get a pollen count today. The aquifer is down 0.3 of a foot, dropping to around 630.7. So yes, rain is needed. We take a look at that 7-day forecast and get you updated on all the tropics coming up.
Well, I guess if it's not going to rain, it might as well be beautiful outside.
Okay, and cool.
And cool.
And no humidity.
That's a trade-off. It's a good one.
What you gonna do?
This has just been a bad year, and we're going to have some stats on the rainfall and kind of where we stand coming up here next half hour, because they're pretty eye-popping considering how dry it has been. But first, we've got to start with Ian, and I know we've heard a lot about this hurricane over the last several days, but here we go again. It is making landfall as we speak, this time in South Carolina. Places like Charleston really getting hit hard by this. Flash flood warnings there, very heavy rain. And some pretty good storm surge, too, especially on this side of the storm. That's where you're going to see some of those bigger storm surges, 4 to 7 feet. So we know that winds right now are somewhere around 85 miles per hour. And as this makes landfall, it's going to push all that water there up. And this is low-lying territory here along the coast of South Carolina. It will weaken as it moves inland, winds of about 60 miles per hour by this evening, but it's going to produce heavy rain as it moves north into North Carolina by tomorrow morning. And the rainfall totals are going to be pretty impressive, 2 to 6 inches, but I would imagine we're going to see some places where we see even more rain than that. So flooding a good bet across the Carolinas this weekend. And of course, Florida still has a long way to go when it comes to cleanup. Still so much damage there. So Ian, one for the record books as it makes its second landfall. Now let's talk about our beautiful weather. It has been nice. We're in the 70s right now, and as we look at October, we get into October tomorrow. 87 is the average high for October 1st. The average low is 65. By the end of the month, the average high is 77, and the average low is 55. So we start to get more fronts in October. They become more common, and we see those temperatures really start to cool off, which I think we're all kind of ready for at this point. As we go outside for you, 77 degrees at the airport, dew point is at 52. That number still pretty low, and the temperatures have made it into the 80s in places like Kerrville, Hondo, Pleasanton, 82 there. It's already up to 89 in Cotulla, one of the hot spots. But here around town, 70s and 80s, I think these numbers probably jump up a little bit more here in the coming hours, and we still should get close to 90 this afternoon. We'll go 89. 89 Fair Oaks Ranch, 88 Bernie, 89 Seguin, 88 up there in San Marcos. And the dew points, yeah, they're staying pretty steadily dry here. They do try to bump up a little bit Wednesday, Thursday of next week, but nothing that you're going to notice. So as long as we got dew points like this, rain stays out of the forecast with everything just so dry at the surface. There is Ian. You see the tornado watch box. So yes, there's tornadoes associated with that as well. Otherwise, the rest of the country, just seeing a few showers up in parts of the Rocky Mountains. I do want to turn your attention though to the Pacific. We have some activity there too. This is Tropical Storm Orlean, and it is starting to move northwest at about 5 miles per hour. It's not very fast, and this is probably going to strengthen into a hurricane. Why do we point this out? Well, it is going to affect the west coast of Mexico. Places like Mazatlan likely going to get some pretty heavy rain out of this as it moves north. But it also throws some high clouds in our direction, and we'll probably start to see that Sunday into Monday. Now, these clouds don't bring any rain, but you will see off and on cloud cover, I think, probably Sunday afternoon through the day on Monday. And some of it could be thick at times, so that'll keep temperatures down just a little bit. just a little wrinkle in the forecast. Again, doesn't do a whole lot for us, but we do want to point that out. So 89 degrees today, 89 Saturday, 87 Sunday. A little more cloud cover Sunday and the Monday. And that pulls temperatures down to around 87 or so both days. And then next week looks partly cloudy and nice. Overnight lows start to moderate a little bit, but it is a nice stretch of weather. But the rainfall, that is becoming an increasingly bigger issue yet again, guys.
Hate to see that. Thank you.
Did you know we're in week 6 of the high school football season already?
Of course I knew.
Week 6.
Yeah, we are flying through this thing. We're getting into the nitty gritty too, because we're getting into some serious district games.
Yeah, and some teams though have some byes this week, but we still have some key district matchups going on coming up. One of those matchups, Brennan taking on O'Connor, and I'll tell you what, Ashton DuBose is just a one-man wrecking crew for Brennan. And we've also got some games you should stream this week, including our game of the week coming up. Both O'Connor and Brennan High Schools recognized first responders and members of the military last night in what they're calling America's Heroes Week in the Northside School District. Then it was time to play ball between the two schools. Brennan quarterback Ashton DuBose in the pocket fires over the middle to Aaron DuBose for the 10-yard score and a 7-0 lead. And the Bears are not done. DuBose keeps it on the option read, and he strolls in from 5 yards out. 14-0 at that point, and number 2 Brennan wins by the final of 41-6. Ashton scored 5 total touchdowns. Sotomayor facing the John Jay Mustangs at Gustafson Stadium last night. Third quarter, Jay up 20-10, and with the ball, running back Jack Mota takes the handoff and blasts right through the line, charging through the D like a wild Mustang. He's going 57 yards to the house to make it a 17-point Mustang lead, and Jay takes it 40-17. Mota had 202 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns. We are now in week 6, which marks the midway point of the high school football regular season. Many teams are enjoying their bye, but tonight features some important district matchups like our game of the week, Brandeis versus Johnson. KSAT 12's Andrew Seeley previews some games to stream on the BGC app tonight.
Yeah, they're a good team. They got a lot of good playmakers. It'll be a good look at what the playoffs will look like.
They're a good team, but we're going to show them what we got and show that we're one of the best teams in San Antonio.
These two programs know each other very well. Brandeis and Johnson have met 14 times since 2011, and the Broncos own the edge in the regular season series 6-5. But all of those meetings have been decided by an average of 5 points. The Jaguars won last year's meeting 28-22. This year, both teams are undefeated in district.
Johnson is very well coached. Coach Miller's done an outstanding job. They're explosive, they're big on the line, and they play physical football.
They're going to play hard, offensively, defensively. Coach Bruce does a heck of a job over there, and we know that we're in for all 4 quarters.
Ferris throwing for Manchester. Manchester makes the catch.
Meanwhile, Friday night also features 2 huge District 29 6A showdowns. Harlan got their first win in district play last week, 59-52 in overtime over a previously undefeated Warren. This week, the Hawks go head-to-head with Stevens, who rolls into Ferris Stadium boasting an undefeated 3-0 record in district play. And over at the Gust, number 9 Warren looks to bounce back from that OT loss to Harlan with the game against Taft. The Raiders rebounded from their first loss of the season and took down O'Connor 24-6 to improve to 3-1 overall and 1-1 in district. The Raiders are on a 2-game winning streak in this series. They've won both of those contests by a combined 44 points. Can Warren snap that skid? We'll find out tonight at 7 p.m. right here at Gustafson Stadium. For KSAT 12 Sports, I'm Andrew Seeley.
Thanks, Andrew. Out west, the southern section of the California Interscholastic Federation voted Thursday to make flag football an official girls' high school sport. Flag football is already a sanctioned high school sport in states like Alabama and Nevada. Now, the next step is for the state federation to take it up next month with the goal of making it an official sport in all of Cali for the 2023-24 school year.
That's serious stuff right there.
That is really cool.
Yeah. All right, Larry, thank you.
The cost of Thanksgiving. Yeah, we already need to start thinking about it because one of the staples that we're going to need is hitting a new record price. There's still ways, though, to save money on your feast. We'll show you.
And a man says he was robbed via a text message he thought was from his bank. Ways to spot would-be crooks. Coming up after the break. More people now coming forward warning others that scammers are using the Zelle app to steal thousands of dollars from users. Marcus Miles says his account was drained after he got a text message that seemed to be from his real bank, Capital One. The text read, "Did you attempt a 500 Zelle transfer?" But Miles said he didn't send any money, so he was eager to talk to who he thought was his bank.
I was convinced because he kept saying, looks like someone is accessing from an IP address in Texas.
Looking back, 16 minutes worth of manipulation, and boy, was he good.
Yeah, I received a text to confirm his username and login. Moments later, his account was empty. And he's not the only one. Dozens have come forward to share similar stories. Lawmakers are now working to make these money transfers safer. And Zelle is out with its own TikTok, reminding customers that their banks will never call for personal info because they already have it. And if the caller says it's urgent, you need to question it.
President Joe Biden planning to cancel student loan debt, and that will cost an average of $30 billion next year. Per year over the next decade. And that is a total of $379 billion over the course of the program. That's according to a new White House analysis. The size of the program has sparked a battle between the White House and congressional Republicans. And there are lawsuits now seeking to overturn it altogether. White House officials have defended the proposal. They say it would affect nearly 90% of the debt relief to those earning less than $75,000 per year. The Biden administration expected to roll out the first wave of student loan forgiveness next month. That bucket of ice water that you poured over your ears 8 years ago is still bearing fruit. The Food and Drug Administration approving a new therapy for ALS patients. It's called let's see if I can say this, Rio, and it has been shown to slow the devastating paralysis that is caused by ALS. A study showing the effectiveness of the medication was funded in part by money that was raised from that ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. That study was small. The therapy is still considered experimental. The FDA approved it without a large-scale clinical trial because the drug has been shown to be at least safe, despite questions about its effectiveness.
We did that out in the front yard.
We did. We all challenged each other.
The Hubble Space Telescope is getting a chance at a longer life. NASA and SpaceX are planning to study the 33-year-old telescope into a higher orbit. And they'll consider whether a private mission to provide service to Hubble would be good or bad. SpaceX approached NASA a few months ago with the idea. It's still unclear if the mission is possible, but there is an agreement in place to explore the possibility.
Taking a look outside with live camera, you need to explore the possibility that we could get some rain, because as pretty as these days are, you go home and your crunchy lawn it's not getting any better.
No, and we were digging through the models. I mean, we're looking everywhere to see if we can find some rain, and it's just not there. This year has been so tough to get these storm systems down here in Texas and generate some rain, and I'm sorry to say, it's just not in the cards, at least not anytime soon. We'll keep looking. In the meantime, we'll take a look at this picture and enjoy this. This is from KSAT Connect, and this is Kablooey and sister Luna Bella. They love watching KSAT. Love everything about that. I love that we're already in the Halloween spirit there too. And we've got some pups watching KSAT 12. As always, we appreciate it. We've got so many great pictures coming in of your puppies, and we've been doing the FIDOS forecast. We'll continue to do that. You can send in your pictures. That QR code there on the side of your screen will help you get to the KSAT Connect page so you can send them in. Thank you so very much. And as we go outside for you, we do have to pass along. Today is another one of those ozone action days, so the air quality isn't healthy for those who are sensitive to that kind of thing, asthma and whatnot. So just a quick heads up there. Football forecast. It is going to be perfect this evening. We'll see temperatures right around 85 at kickoff. Sunset's at 7:20. So as these days are getting shorter, obviously, sunset right about when those games get started. And halftime, 77. Winds will be light and variable. That's good football weather right there. I think most of the games will enjoy this great weather. We'll talk more about how long it's been since we've seen rain and what our drought is looking like at this moment. That's coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Now to the war in Ukraine. Russia now formally, and some say illegally, annexed occupied territory in Ukraine's east and south. ABC's Jay O'Brien reports that move is creating fears that there will be more escalation in that ongoing war.
Russian President Vladimir Putin formally announcing the annexation of eastern and southern territories in Ukraine. The land grab comes after staged referendums in 4 Russia-occupied regions. Putin saying the annexation is the, quote, will of millions of people. But Ukraine calls the votes shams, saying many citizens were coerced and in some cases forced to cast ballots at gunpoint. The UN Secretary General saying Russia's claim to the land has no legal value.
It is a dangerous escalation. It has no place in the modern world. It must not be accepted.
President Biden condemning the move. The U.S. now imposing new sanctions targeting Russian officials and entities that supply Moscow's military.
The United States will never recognize Russia's claims on Ukraine's sovereign territory.
And Ukrainian forces are still committed to taking back those regions, stoking fears of a possible escalation in this 7-month conflict, as Russia warns any attack on their newly taken territory would be considered an attack on Russia itself. Putin even making veiled threats he might use nuclear weapons to defend the annexed regions. And inside Zaporizhia, one of the newly annexed regions, images of a horrific Russian strike on a humanitarian convoy, killing at least 23 people, hospitalizing 60 others. The 40-vehicle civilian convoy hit while heading into Russian-occupied territory to pick up family and take them to safety. And moments after Putin formally annexed those 4 regions, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced his country is applying to join NATO on an accelerated track. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
A lot of folks pretty excited about all the young Spurs, even the young Spurs. We'll hear from a couple of them coming up in just a few minutes before their first preseason game this Sunday.
A traditional turkey dinner. It could come with some new pricing, and not just because of inflation.
Hello, everyone. These are your top headlines from Cheddar News. Peloton going to start selling their bikes, treadmills, and other products at Dick's Sporting Goods stores. That'll make Dick's the first brick-and-mortar retailer outside of Peloton's own stores to carry their equipment. The company said they're aiming to have Peloton products in more than 100 Dick's stores by the holidays. Meanwhile, today is Tesla's AI Day, Elon Musk's annual showcase of upcoming technology. He's expected to unveil a prototype of his Optimus robot, a.k.a. the Tesla bot. The robot is supposed to resemble a human, standing 5 feet 8 inches and weighing 125 pounds. It'll also be able to carry 45 pounds and walk 5 miles an hour. And Google's shutting down their digital gaming service Stadia, the latest project to be cut as the company's looking to lower costs. Stadia launched back in 2019 and is available on mobile and the Google Chrome web browser. Google hopes Stadia would compete with other gaming services, but announced that Stadia servers will instead be turned off on January 18th. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Speaking of economics, this Thanksgiving coming up could be a little more expensive than normal.
Yeah, if you're doing the cooking, just be thankful you're not doing the shopping. Turkey prices expected to reach record highs this year. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis explains what's behind those rising costs.
Signs of turkey trouble. The cost of the Thanksgiving staple spiking, hitting a new record high as the bird flu and inflation ruffle feathers.
It definitely causes a whole lot of stress. I've never been not able to get the turkeys that I've wanted.
The retail price for boneless, skinless turkey breast more than doubling, now near $7 a pound.
It's really a combination of issues that are leading to these record high prices this year. One that's having the largest influence is an outbreak of high-path avian influenza, which has led to a decline in the number of turkeys that are being grown.
A particularly bad outbreak of the bird flu wreaking havoc on farms. Nearly 47 million birds affected across 40 states.
If your turkeys end up with bird flu, any other poultry on the farm, whether it's meat chickens, egg layers, they all have to be exterminated. And that's just not only a huge financial loss, that's just a really sad situation.
On top of that, farmers facing their own rising costs.
Whether it's utilities or groceries or building materials, everything has gone up incredible.
But experts say there's still ways to save money on your feast.
Perhaps think about getting a frozen bird rather than a fresh turkey this year. Ways to really stretch that dollar so that we can all be together but still have that traditional Thanksgiving dinner.
Live cam. I don't. It's hard to complain about this. I know we need some rain, but man, when you walk outside in the morning or even in the evening, it's like so cool. It's like, ooh, fall's here.
Feels great. I mean, it really does. 77 so far today. You can't beat that. And we may actually be just about average this afternoon. We were below average this morning. If you consider the records where we could be, 96. That's where we were in 2019, so it could be so much worse. It is gorgeous out there. We do have a few changes to talk about over the weekend. More on those details coming up.
On November 2nd, the traditional Mexican holiday, Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos, is celebrated and has now grown in popularity across the United States. Dia de los Muertos is not to be confused with Halloween or All Saints' Day. It is the day that many believe the border between the spirit and the living worlds dissolve, and families welcome back the souls of their deceased relatives. The tradition is said to be a combination of Mesoamerican, European religion, and Spanish culture. On Dia de los Muertos, families visit the grave sites of their loved ones or create altars called ofrendas, where they offer food, drink, and other offerings to help their loved ones' souls on their journey to their final resting places. Today, the tradition has become very popular due to its rise in pop culture and being recognized by UNESCO. In 2016, Mexico City held its first ever Dia de los Muertos parade, with cities in the United States doing the same the following year. While the celebration of the holiday continues to evolve, the core traditions have remained the same for thousands of years by portraying death in a positive way and part of the human experience.
Okay, we got to quit complaining about the lack of rain.
Okay.
All right, we're going to give you a reprieve because I know you've looked high and low for any amount of rain possibility. It just isn't there.
We have, but forgive me because I'm about to talk about it. At least for just for like a minute or so here, because we do have to look at the numbers, and it is kind of, these are eye-popping stats to me. So if you look year to date, so January 1st to yesterday, and you go through all the years in which we have records, which date back to 1886, and look at rainfall, this is the driest year to date we've ever seen, at least since records have been kept. 8.20 inches here in 2022. The next year you see on there, 1917, we were at 8.88 at that point. And you see the following years here. All of these years, 1917, 1954, 2011, 1925, all drought years, of course. But this year, if we continue as we are 16 inches below average. Then this is, it could potentially finish as the driest year on record. We're not going to say that yet because there is still plenty of time left to get some rain. And we hope that happens. But as of right now, not a great situation. There's a look at the aquifer. It's taken a toll too. So it's at 630.7 today. That's the updated number. And it's starting to fall off as we finish out September, when usually the average shows that it would be going up. So we're going in the wrong direction there, some 30 feet below average when you talk about the aquifer. We're still in stage 2 watering restrictions for SAWS customers, and that doesn't appear to change. And as we head into fall and winter, we tend to use a little less water, so that's good. But the aquifer, man, it's falling too. And there's, unless we get some good rain in here, you're not going to see that number really jump back up. Here's a look at the time lapse. We've had clear skies all day long. It was a beautiful start yet again. We've had a great week here, a great stretch. 77 degrees right now, calm winds, humidity is at 42%. It's a little cooler here in town, but you got warmer numbers off to the west. 85 Uvalde, 82 Rock Springs, 85 in Kerrville. A little bit of a cooler air mass kind of coming in from the north and east, it looks like. 82 Gonzales, 84 Pleasanton, close to 90 right now in Cotulla. And around Bexar County, 79 at Randolph, 80 Stinson, but it jumps up to 84 out there in Hondo, 85 right now at Los Maples. The KSAT 12-hour forecast. By 4 p.m., we're still going to get it into the upper 80s, close to 90, 87 by 6 p.m., 85 by 7 p.m. But if you have evening plans, It's going to be great. Once we get into the evening hours, it'll feel really nice outside with low humidity and light winds here across the board, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. The weekend forecast equally as nice. Mostly sunny tomorrow, 89. A little bit more cloud cover on Sunday, 87. We'll call for mostly cloudy skies. We mentioned that tropical storm out in the Pacific a little bit earlier, Orlean. It does throw some clouds in our direction as it works north. It'll be tropical storm as it makes impact on the west coast of Mexico near Mazatlan. But it does throw some clouds in our direction. We can see that here on the computer model. The unfortunate part about this is it does not bring us any rain, just some high level moisture. So by Sunday, you'll start to see some passing clouds, and they may thicken up a little bit from time to time Sunday into Monday. What does that do for our forecast? Not a lot. Maybe lowers temperatures a little bit. So we'll go 87 Sunday, 87 Monday. But in the upper 80s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, morning lows are still in the 60s. And of course, we're still keeping tabs on Hurricane Ian making landfall, close to making landfall as we speak. So a lot of rain in the Carolinas this weekend, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
I'm just going to go right out and say it. This 6:30 start time on a Friday night for a college football game involving UTSA is weird.
It is definitely weird, right?
I'm not in for it.
Okay, well, we're going to note that. We'll let Conference USA know David Sears does not agree with the 6:30 p.m. kick on a Friday night. Hey, coming up, though, UTSA will take on Middle Tennessee. I mean, they have no choice. And the Conference USA title defense starts tonight for the Roadrunners. And in high school football, our BGC road trip will start off at Ingram. Tom Moore coming up. When the Spurs tip off the preseason Sunday night, they'll be without guard Joshua Primo after he suffered a left MCL sprain. He will miss the start of the Spurs preseason schedule, but he is expected to be available for the start of the regular season. This on top of Keldon Johnson, who's out with a right shoulder injury. He should be good to go by the opener as well. So the Spurs' current roster consists of 2 players 30 or older, 13 players in their 20s, and a whopping 5 guys that are 19 years old, and Dominic Barlow, Malachi Branham, Primo, Jeremy Sohan, and Blake Wesley. So Primo was drafted last season as an 18-year-old, while Branham, Sohan, and Wesley were all selected by the Spurs back in June. The vets are pleased with the teens who all want to learn as much as possible from the older guys.
Yeah, it's been good. You know, we just having conversations with them, asking them questions. You know, I asked Jay Rich, Zach Collins, you know, all them guys just questions on how I can get better on the defensive end, but also on the offensive end. So it's been good, just learning day by day. That's it.
Branham and the Spurs will play at the Rockets Sunday night at 6. The BGC road trip tonight will visit the Hill Country. In the first game, we'll see the Cole Cougars at the Ingram Tom Moore Warriors, led by head coach Tate Damasco. The Warriors are having a great season with 3 wins and 1 loss heading into their district opener with Cole. The Cougars are winless this season, including 0-1 in District 13 and 3A Division I. The Warriors are fresh and ready to go following their bye week.
It was really important for most of us. You know, we really got the chance to just hang out, you know, chill around each other, get to know more about everybody, come together as a team. You know, all we really did was work on stuff that we needed to work on, got through it, and I felt like it was a pretty good bye week.
Well, the O-line, we worked on our little techniques because, as you can tell, we're not very big. So we've got to be technicians to take our steps right, to know how to go, where to go, and all that.
You always debate when you want the bye week. You want it earlier, you want it late, and it actually came at a really good time for us. We had a couple bumps and bruises, gave some guys some days off, and actually got to really focus on our young kids last week, and so it was perfect timing.
The road trip will also take us to Kerrville-Tivy and will end at Center Point. The UTSA Roadrunners will kick off Conference USA play tonight at Middle Tennessee. It's a short week for both teams as they both played last Saturday. UTSA is 2-2 after beating Texas Southern, while Middle Tennessee is 3-1 after upsetting then at number 24 Miami. UTSA is unfortunately still with a lot of injuries ahead of their conference showdown with the Blue Raiders.
Obviously, we want some guys back, but we're comfortable with who we have, and we're going to go out there and play football. Everybody was recruited the same way. Everybody's got opportunities and practice the same way. So, you know, the guys that we got, we're going to roll with and, you know, play with them.
Kick is tonight at 6:30 at Middle Tennessee. UTSA is favored by 4.5 points. And, David, somebody's going to get a what tonight?
A dub.
A dub. Woo-hoo. There you go.
A lot of dubs tonight. Thanks.
Got to win.
Thanks, Larry.
All right, SA Live just celebrated 8 years. Its 8th birthday this month.
And the best way to celebrate 8 is with a flashback to the 80s. Here's Mike and Fiona.
I mean,
Can you believe it? And that is, of course, why we went with the 1980s theme.
Very good. I like the little belly type thing going on right there. So, hey, I'll tell you what better way to celebrate than with lots of balloons? And boy, if you want to really decorate your place, this is the lady that can do it.
Yes, Gail Garza Mitchell, owner of Belle of Balloons. Tell them what you can do.
Well, sky is the limit. This is one of probably a very popular decoration that we do is called a balloon wall, and it's a linked balloon wall. So it's a different technique than using the regular balloons.
No wall too big, no wall too small, right?
Literally, I mean, if you want to do a ballroom like this, we can do the ballroom. We can do a mini wall. Some people just want like a 6x6, something to take pictures. We can do that too. But truly, sky's the limit.
Speaking of 80s, how about doing a little roller skating? Jen's going to be out there at the rollercade, and great hair going on as well.
And helping us to celebrate in a sweet way, Nadler's Bakery and Deli.
And they got some new things to talk about as well.
And of course, if you want to go all out for your birthday this year, guess what? Games to You has every game you can think of, and we give their rock climbing wall a go.
That and a whole lot more on SA Live.
If autumn is your favorite season, then you're going to be happy to know that there are still several fall festivals taking place around Texas.
And we're not just talking about pumpkin patches either. Across the Lone Star State, there are more than 15 festivals dealing with music, art, food, beer. It's happening over the next couple of months. It includes the 75th Annual Floresville Peanut Festival, Luminaria, Dia de los Muertos, and Wurst Fest.
And we've mapped it all out, where the festivals are going to take place, what time. Take a look. It's on KSAT.com.
And I want to give you one more update on Ian. It is quickly moving ashore here. It looks like it's trying to make landfall in South Carolina, and winds right now are at 85 miles per hour, gusting to 105. So there's going to be a storm surge, a lot of heavy rain there around Charleston. So more issues with this hurricane as it makes landfall for the second time there in the Carolinas. Meantime, for us, so we've got temperatures right now warming into the 80s. It's 81 officially now at the airport. 89 is the forecast high today with sunny skies. We'll see a low 60 tomorrow morning and a really nice weekend. 89 Saturday, bit more cloud cover Sunday, 87. And we'll get some clouds on Monday too, some passing high clouds. Not a big deal, no rain. And temperatures stay in the 80s, lows in the 60s. We're still searching. And once we figure out a place to put in some rain chances, believe me, we'll do it, guys.
Keep on looking.
Speaking of the 80s, that's what they're celebrating on SA Live. Were you like a fashion statement in the 80s?
I didn't like the bows that
the bows.
We all had to wear. No.
SA Live starts right
now.
And today on SA Live, it is our 8th birthday. We take a look back at some of our best moments.
No, not
That's one of them now.
No. Plus, we have a local party planner create a birthday masterpiece on our set.
And if you want to go all out for your birthday this year, Games U has every game you can think of, and we even get a chance to climb the rock wall.
Oh, hello, and happy totally tubular Thursday.
It's a boombox there, yes, because our 8th anniversary, and we're going 80s. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Osterhage.
And I'm Fiona Gorstiza. Yes, today is SA Live's fabulous 8th birthday and 8th anniversary. And you know, it's been a fun-filled journey. And of course, we want to thank all of you for watching.
Yep, and so we decided to make the 8th birthday on the 8th of September, an 80s, of course, themed party. And that's in case you were wondering why we are dressed like this. So, you know,
I can't stop.
I know. Yeah. The pop.
The rhythm is really going to get you.
Anyway.
Okay. All right. Our first guest today is bringing the sweet to this birthday show.
Yes, indeed. Alexia Nadler-Mendez from Nadler's Bakery. And, oh my goodness, thank you so very much for being here. Look at all of the goodies that you brought with you. You know how to throw a party when it comes to sweets.
Oh, yeah. No table is left unturned without these wonderful goodies that we can provide.
Okay, our 8th anniversary, but, I mean, you are just
a milestone coming
foundation
up, right?
in this city. How long has Nadler's been around?
Well, next year in November, or in October, we will be hitting our 60th anniversary.
Wow. And your dad came over from Switzerland,
Switzerland,
right?
yes. He started this 60 years ago, almost 60 years ago.
Wow. And all of these great recipes.
All these great recipes, and we're still going strong.
So doing something right.
Doing something right.
And right there front and center, there is our birthday cake that they made for us.
Yeah.
What would be, well, let's go through some things you brought here first of all. So let's start over here.
So as you know, Hocus Pocus is the big thing this October.
Yep.
So we made a book designed for the Hocus Pocus theme.
And there's the pages of the book right there.
Yes, and we can do so much more. I mean, we've got cookies that we'll do with Hocus Pocus, so it'll be our highlight this October.
So here are some examples, of course, of Halloween cookies. So if folks want to get their orders in for
early.
Halloween cookies, Halloween cupcakes.
Yes, because it's going to be a great year this year, and so the earlier the better to place these orders would be dynamic. And we've got our Halloween, we've got some fall, all of this we even have in the store now, but definitely order early.
Two different pecan pies here. What is this one over
Chocolate pecan that is just to die for. But what's even better is bourbon pecan.
Dibs.
Split it.
What?
Split it. We can cut it in half.
Oh, okay. I thought you said spit it. I'm like, I'm not going to spit on that, Mike.
And then also, look at the little ghost cake right there, and the pumpkin, and the cupcakes and everything.
So we make fun Halloween cakes, and these are little minis of what we make, but we do make them a little bit bigger. And what's fun about these is we have the center completely full of candy.
Oh,
so
really?
It's like a little piñata when you go to cut it.
Oh my gosh. What kind of candy?
We don't have a knife.
Well, inside, I know.
They're like Tootsie Rolls. Well, this is a mini. It's not going to be in this one.
Oh, it's not going to be in that one. Okay.
Oh.
She got her squeezing on that.
Right.
Now, also, the little things on a stick over there, and I couldn't figure out what those were, if they were cake
Rice
pops or not.
Krispies.
Really?
Wait a second.
Rice Krispies dipped in
Grab one of those
chocolate,
babies.
and we have those themed for Hocus Pocus.
Oh my goodness.
Beg to try this one too?
There you go.
So
walked out
what
right over
would
there.
be, I just have to ask this, I know it's like all your children here, but what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is, do I have to name one?
You can name more than one.
Gosh, because
He always does. He can never pick just one.
Our signature cake is always going to be there. That's our strawberry whipped cream. But the next top of the line is our white chocolate champagne. That's to die for. To die for.
Really? Where's the bread pudding right up there, though? If you like bread pudding,
Oh, yes.
this is the place to go.
So the bread pudding is out the roof because we can't keep them in the store.
So that's what's just
We even started a new one. It's called a bourbon bread pudding.
So it's bourbon in the bread pudding instead of just the sauce? And is there, oh, really?
Yes.
When do you make these again so I can run over there and...
I'll make one just for you.
Oh, you are. Okay, this is great, but share it with somebody because that's very rich with the Rice Krispie and all of the chocolate on there. That is absolutely delicious.
Okay, birthdays, events, I mean, anything at all, right?
Anything at all. We have little candy party favors we can do. We do fudge, we do Rice Krispie treats, we do cupcakes and cakes and cookies, and you name it, we do it.
Okay. All right.
And of course, like we were talking about, order ahead right now. That's why we have all the Halloween stuff out here because you said like it is going to start getting hectic. Now,
Hectic, yes.
can you order a dozen, 5 dozen, 10 dozen cookies if you want to?
Anywhere from 1 to infinity.
Wow.
Your teeth.
Are they mild chocolate? I'm sorry for talking my mouth full. This is really,
Any
really
upcoming
good.
specials, anything like that going into the holidays? What do people need to be aware of?
Just a bunch of anything you can think of, we will make it. Time is of the essence, but we'll have fun.
All right.
And these great pecan pies, think about that with Thanksgiving coming around, with Christmas coming around, you got to order soon. So thank you so very much.
Thank
What a
you,
great way to
Fiona and
celebrate our
Mike.
birthday
I
with you.
enjoyed it.
All right, for more information on Nadler's Bakery and Deli, just head to our website and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab where we've provided a link, or just scan the QR code on your screen.
Okay, with all these sweets in front of us, we're going to ask kind of a loaded question, but what is your favorite bakery in town? There are a lot of good ones out out there.
pick. There's too many good ones.
The bread, I've got to go with the bread pudding at Nadler's. And I'm not just saying that because she's sitting here, because I've had it before, but yeah. And the bourbon bread pudding at Nadler's. Yeah.
See, he really wants one. Okay, because he just picks one. He hardly ever does that. Okay, so let us know, what's your favorite local bakery at SA Live KSAT on Facebook and Twitter. We might see those a little later in the show.
And mention what makes it so special.
Maybe you like a specific item.
Right. Okay, from birthday cake that you can enjoy at home to throwing a birthday party at a really, really fun location.
Yes, our Jen Tobias Dresky is out having a groovy time at the Rollercade. Hey there, Jen.
Yes, so I had to dress the part with the 80s theme, and if you need some help, okay, we're not going to use that, right? We're done.
Right.
I haven't done this in a few years, but anyway, that's out of the way. But Vincent is here. Hello,
welcome back.
Vincent. So this is the perfect place for a party. So we've got some pros back here showing off their moves, but let's talk about the party options.
Absolutely. The party options, we've got private parties, also have public skating parties where you get to have your party here at the Rollercade during one of our public skating sessions. But the private party is the one that really is the party to have when you have the whole Rollercade to yourself for an hour and 45 minutes for you and all your friends. It's a really special time, and if you want to theme a party like the 80s, we can then give you a soundtrack of the 80s and come in with all the black lights and have all the fun for our parties.
So the music, that's great. You can put your own little playlist together, 70s, 50s, 80s, okay? And the history here, 1959, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so in 1959 is when the Rollercade started. My grandparents came here as instructors and with a passion for skating and dancing, and that's something that's carried on. The tradition of dancing and skating and having family fun has been accessible now through the Rollercade and all the other skating rinks that they started here in San Antonio. So it's been a really special part of San Antonio's history, feeling the roller skating as an option for you, your family to come out and have some fun and roll around, be silly, fall, and dance.
Yes, and then the falling too, yes, for sure. But you mentioned you have students as young as 3 years old, all the way to 73.
3 to 73. We offer group classes every Saturday morning, 8:30 to 9:30, all ages, and then we have private lessons 7 days a week, and that's where you can come out and work with one of our instructors, either me or Miss Heather, and you get to cover anything from the most beginning basics on up to the most advanced things that you can imagine. We're here to help you all along the way with all those options. So, yeah.
All right, well, we have some pros behind us. So, guys, you want to show me some of your tricks? We'll see what they can do for us. Again, these are some of your adult students, right?
These are some of the adult students.
That we see here?
Yeah. So some of them have been skating for months. Some have been skating for years. Some are skating on different looking skates in terms of the inline skates.
Yes,
so really, there's so many different styles of skating that happen here. Anywhere from the most beginning basic recreational on up to rhythm skating, artistic competitive skating. We have a lot of really fun options, and it just gives people of all ages a way to play. In the end, that's something that we as humans, I think we really thrive when we're playing. So this is a great place to come and do that.
You guys are doing great, by the way. I could not skate anywhere near to their level, but let's talk about also, you mentioned, the therapeutic aspect of skating, right?
Absolutely.
And just kind of getting those endorphins going.
All
right?
the endorphins, when you take all of the things that come with activity and you pair it with music and something in an environment where you're doing it with a community of people, there is absolutely a therapeutic component to that, where coming skating is your one night to really reset, or your time to just let it all go for a moment, and you stay in the moment, because when you're falling and avoiding the person next to you or maybe moving to the beat is your preoccupation, all those other life things sort of take a back seat.
Yes, for sure. Well, you guys are doing great. What's his name over there? I saw him doing some fun tricks.
Yes, TJ.
TJ.
Yep.
All right, TJ, I can learn a thing or two from you. You see how
That's
slow I'm
right.
going? Okay, so again, if they want to book a party, this is
Yep, you can book online.
Okay.
Absolutely. We book out 1 to 2 months in advance on private parties. Go to therollercade.com to book your party online.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Vincent.
You're welcome.
We're going to go have some fun now.
Yeah.
Mike, back to you. Show you.
Too much fun out there.
First of all, love the hair, Jen.
I know.
And
she's rocking it.
That's always so fun. A friend of ours had a party out there, a grown-up, a couple of years ago. Just went out there skating. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
It was you. Stop it.
Well, it was.
All right. For more information on the rollercade, all you have to do is head to our website, SALive.com, click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just scan the QR code right there on your screen.
I'm trying not to smile real big because I've got black icing in my mouth here. So anyway, as When I Say Live continues, some of our cast and crew's favorite moments from the show, and I bet someone's going to bring up the time. Yes.
Yep, there it is. That's the classic.
The
That's
little
it.
goat had a little accident.
Peed on you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was so relaxed. All right, well, that was a memorable moment. And next on the show, how you can make your birthday memorable with a little help from a local party planner and balloon stylist.